I have to admit, I'm a big fan of dark storytelling, and I don't necessarily mean in the sense of a series filled with gore or sex. What I mean is stories that really shake you to the core and make you feel the effects long after it's finished, so the themes and characters are deeply entrenched into your psyche. There's something oddly satisfying about watching writers dig into the darkest depths of the human psyche. It's like looking at a car wreck, you just can't look away from it. Which brings me to today's subject, Boogiepop Phantom. So before digging into the show, I wanted to talk about Boogiepop as a franchise. It started off as a light novel series in Japan, and I have read none of them, so that probably led to some confusion about the plot. The show takes place after the first novel, but I was still able to enjoy what I watched. Its premise revolves around a mysterious anomaly that happens at night and serial killings that followed it. There are a lot of disappearances taking place throughout the city, and it's blamed on an entity called Boogiepop. What you'll immediately notice about the show is that it seems to have a sepia filter over it. It really adds a distinct and sickly look to the show. It ties in with the themes of the mental rot of the characters, I think. Episode 1 might start off a bit slow, and not much of it feels noteworthy outside of the crushing ambience and the ending. But it really starts to pick up, in my opinion, in the second episodes. It starts off with a distorted techno track playing over it as we watch a helpless teenager fleeing away from an entity in the night. As he finally finds himself safe, he sees a bug crawling around. He then proceeds to I have to really hand it to the sound design in the show because it always hits on a visceral level for me. Every scene feels like it's given such suffocating atmosphere thanks to the genius use of sound effects and creepy music. Aside from having some of the most disturbing visuals in any anime I've watched, I think there's something that creeps me out much more about the show. The characters often have psychic powers that can be a little bit scary, but what scares me the most is the uncompromising showcase of the bleak reality that they inhabit. I don't think I've ever watched a ton of anime outside of maybe Technolize that's willing to delve in some of the most painful and twisted parts of human psychology. It covers everything from suicide, abuse, isolation, and escapism, and it covers it all in such a cold manner. As I just mentioned, escapism is something that pops up throughout the series as all the characters basically live in the past. Almost all the characters have lived pretty traumatic lives, but how the show tackles it is incredibly hard-hitting. As humans, we live our lives constantly trying to avoid reality through a variety of means. Alcohol, religion, entertainment, because reality is often pretty bleak. However, pain is a long-term effect of both accepting and denying reality. If you live in denial, you'll never grow as a person and never reach your full potential. But if you accept reality, you may open yourself up to all sorts of uncomfortable truths. We see many of the characters fail in their endeavor, and even if they do wake up to their miserable situations, it's often too late to fix anything. This is what makes this anime one of the most harsh and existentially terrifying animes I've ever watched. If you would like to check out Boogiepop Phantom, I highly recommend it. I believe all 12 episodes are on YouTube. It's pretty short to watch, and it's one of the most underrated shows in my opinion. If you like Serial Experiments Lane or Technolize or any of those types of shows, I would definitely recommend it and check it out. Thanks for watching. If you'd like to support me, please check out my Redbubble link in the description and bio. Thanks for watching.